First, I want to start with a question. How many of you have ever written a single line of code in their lives? It could be in school, anywhere. Amazing. 90% of the people here. Amazing. And how many of you were like professional software developers? Okay, about 40%, 30% of the people. And how many of you used AI to generate code so far? Even more than the first cohort of people, which is great. So today we'll demonstrate how apps that would cost hundreds of thousands of dollars just a year ago could be created in half an hour, as we have just half an hour. And also, we're gonna have a look in one of the most popular tools for that. It's called Cursor AI. For those who already used it and know it, maybe they will learn some new tips and tricks that I'm gonna show you. And yeah, for those who don't know me, I've been a software developer for the last 15 years. I've coded in many languages, and I also run numerous teams of developers, numerous projects in different industries. So let's start. I have two microphones here. Is this one working as well? Yep. Okay. Please keep both of them on our. Okay. This one is better. Yeah, it will be hard for me to hold a mic and write code at the same time, right? Okay. So just for those of you who don't know it, that's the website of the tool. You simply download it from here and you can start coding. This is how it looks. And I will open like a new project now. Actually, we're gonna build a project for the purposes of this demo, which will be a Kanban board. And hopefully at the end of the demo, everyone here will be able to submit a ticket in that Kanban board. And that Kanban board will be our company innovations board. So other people will be able to vote on which of the tickets or stories to get into our product. We also try to make an AI that votes on itself and gets the best out of all the tickets. So brace yourself for that. I'll start by creating simply a new repo on GitHub. You see my screen? Yep, it's great. So to be more exciting, we're gonna call the project Balkan Kanban. Or just Balkanban. It will be a public repository, so anyone will be able to get inspiration of it. Right, let's start a new project. Open folder. I'm just cloning this empty repo on my computer. For those who don't know how to code, never mind. That's probably something that you will never need to do ever again. And now I'll magically have this new folder on my desktop, so I'm just opening it. And it's simply an empty folder. There is nothing in it. So since we want this project to be live on the internet, so any one of you can test it, we'll need a place to host it. I plan to use a service called Vercel. It's very popular hosting for React.js applications. React is currently the most popular framework for web applications. So I will instruct the cursor to create the app in Vercel. By the way, before you start a project on Cursor, because how it works is that's simply a chat prompt on the right-hand side, and it uses the most popular models. So you can use quote, you can use GTP, you can use Gemini, or you can simply keep it on auto, because for some tasks it uses one model, for another tasks it uses another one. And you can open multiple chats, they have different context. So before you start coding, it's good to put something called cursor rule. It's a file that instructs cursor how to write better code for you. So here we create this file. It's called, yeah. Sec. No, we don't need a folder. I just need to go to the settings of cursor, which I forgot where are, and create the file. Anyway, I'll just do it just like that. New file dot cursor rules. Okay, and just to make it easier, I'll get a template from GitHub on how to do it. Actually, that's not a must, but it's very, very helpful. And it's one of the tricks that I've learned by using Cursor. So I'll go for this one, Next.js with Tailwind TypeScript. That's like the most popular setup. And I'll simply copy the rule. The rule is simple. You're an expert programming assistant that primarily focuses on producing clear, readable Next.js plus Tailwind code. And there are some other details here. So we're going to instruct Cursor to behave this way. Okay. And now I'll add the actual prompt from the application that we're going to create. So I want to create a interactive Kanban board that will be deployed on Vercel with Next.js. And I want it to look like this. So I can prompt a screenshot from another application. I'll use Trello since everyone is familiar with it. I'll just get a screenshot from Trello like this one. So the AI agent is also aware of how to design the UX UI of our app, not just the features. Make it look like the screenshot. And here it starts its magic. You see the agent says, great, I'll help you create a Kanban board. Here is the plan. Even if I don't want to read it, that's great, because actually I won't write a single line of code in this whole demonstration. It will be all handled by the agent. So the agent starts writing the dependencies file, the package.json file, putting all the libraries that we need for this program. Then the TypeScript config file. These are all things that typically developers spend lots of time on preparing. And in many cases, when we start a new project, it takes us maybe a week to set up the stuff that is now happening, and it will be completed in the next 1 minute. So as you can see, the code keeps producing files. Now it's writing the main application files. Here will be all the application logic, layout, TSX. This is the main web page, the home page of the project. Actually, you don't even see the whole code. I need to click here to see the whole page, but I can open the files on the left-hand side and see what's written. I can accept, because these are basically changes in my file system, I can accept these changes one by one, or after it's all completed, I can simply click on the accept all button, which I plan to do. And I even don't need to know actually what the logic is, because I will see a working application, hopefully. The first generation takes a little bit more of a time, because now we're generating most of the code for the app that we're making. Also, it depends on which model it works. Currently it's on auto, so I'm not sure which one is in force. By default, it's Quad 3.7. I use the paid version of Cursor, like the cheapest one. It's $20 per month. And thus I can use the premium models. So we have created the tasks component. These are the Jira tickets that will be shown inside the columns. Now we have the columns component. It's as you can see, it's putting these different files in their respective folder. And it's following the standard Next.js layout and file system. Typically, it's a good idea not to give, I also did it, I didn't give like the whole task to Cursor at the beginning. Like I didn't say that there will be a voting system. I didn't say that there will be user accounts, because that's how things can happen iteratively. And also Cursor is way better at doing smaller tasks rather than a huge one. Okay, actually Cursor is ready with generating code. Now it asks me to run this command in the command prompt of my computer, which I will do. I'll first accept all the code. So now all the code is saved, and it's, as you can see, all these files. We have maybe 200-300 lines of code already generated. And when I click here, I will run this command in the command prompt of my Windows. So the equivalent of doing this is like typing code here, npm install, whatever. So Cursor is doing that for me. Now it says that I need to create something else. I'm fine, let's do it. Even if there are errors, Cursor will detect them and say, oh, I did something wrong here, I will need to change it. Or it says that node modules should be put in git ignore so we don't commit it, which is like a great practice. And I'll say, okay, I'm happy with that. Oh, it even found some errors that it did itself, and it's correcting like the versions of the libraries that initially were defined, which is great. And we're almost ready. So it's creating the final configuration files. We're going to accept them, and we'll be able to run the app locally on my computer in a few seconds. Okay, npm install. Now we install all the dependencies. That's the Node.js package manager. npm is downloading from the internet. All looks good. It's even creating a README for the project, which is a great first page for the GitHub repository and what the app is doing. And now it's even suggesting to run the app and see how it works. So let's do it. Open terminal. Okay, it's on localhost 3000. I'm copying this link. That's the moment of truth. Voila, we have a Kanban board like Notion that, Trello that we just created. We can even move columns. Maybe we can add cards, not yet. that's not a problem, because now we say, great, buddy, I love it. I'm glad you love the Kanban board. And it's also saying, why is it so good? So obviously, the agent is also proud of its own work. So let's add one more feature. I will close this because when the context becomes too large, the agent starts making mistakes. So I'll start a new chat, and this one will be abandoned. And in the new one, it has no idea about anything that we've done so far. So the first thing it will do is to index all the files and to realize what is it here. But it doesn't matter because that happens on the background. You see now, I just want to tell this new agent to make adding cards possible. So adding cards doesn't work. I'm lost. So it found in the code that there is an issue. So while the add card button exists, it's not connected to any functionality. So it's writing the functionality for us. I can read the code if I'm smart enough. So that's obviously some complex JavaScript. And I'll simply click accept. Okay, I think this Next.js server updates in real time, so we don't need to redeploy. I'll simply refresh the page. Oh yeah, it's now working. All right, so we have this app. Now the next stage will be to put it online, so any of you can log it in. And since most of you are on your phones, we'll make sure that it works on a mobile phone. Let me check like this. It's quite ugly because that's how your mobile phone looks like. I'll ask Cursor first to make it mobile responsive. Please make the whole website work on my iPhone like a charm. So again, it started rewriting its code. Now it's rewriting the structure of the main page. Also, it should put some styling. It shouldn't be. So you see how hard it is to convert a website that works on a desktop to a mobile one. It's lots of work. Okay, let's accept everything. Oh, it's even importing new dependencies, maybe some libraries that make the app work better on a phone. Okay, accept that. It says, I've made several improvements to make the website perfectly on iPhone. Responsive layout, touch interactions, mobile-friendly features, performance optimization. Amazing. Let's refresh. Okay, unfortunately, I don't see the change. Maybe I need to redeploy the server. Okay, we're loading. Okay. No. Let's see if there are any errors in the browser. Oh yeah, there are lots of errors. I'm either scared to read them, but I'll simply copy them. I'm copying these errors and pasting here. Just a sec. For some reason, my copy button doesn't work. Control C. Okay, now it worked. So I even don't need to tell Cursor where I took this error from. It will know. So I'm just pasting it here. It says, okay, let me help it fix it. there is storage access error. So we need to ensure that we have storage for the data. You don't have fav icon, stuff like that. So let's accept that. So I keep accepting code that I have no idea what is it doing, but I hope that the website will start working better on iPhone. So let's refresh. Okay. Obviously, probably to work, since we need to open it from an actual phone to see how it works, and that's what I plan to do. Let's now push this to GitHub. So this is a great tool for those of you who forgot your GitHub script and commands. It's smarter than us. It's actually thinking about the git ignore file and trying to put everything there, which human typically forget about. Okay, we accept these suggestions, and now it's rewriting the README file. Another great thing, it's initializing Git. We already have that. We are adding other files to Git. We have our first commit message. Okay, and we are just need these two. I need just these two. Come on, man. Okay. Okay, so let's go on GitHub now. Here is our repo. Voila, our code is here. It has also created a beautiful documentation page with instructions on how to install it, how to get started. And now I'll try to deploy it on our hosting, Vercel. So let's simply go back to my free version, add new project. I see now, because my GitHub is already connected here, so I just need to click import here and click on the deploy button so the app can go live. So Vercel takes all the code from GitHub, builds the files, and publishes the website. Meanwhile, I'll search for a QR generator, so you guys can easily scan a QR code with your phones and open the website. Here it is. Enter your website. Okay, once I have it, I will put it here. Just a second, we don't need this. Oh yeah, congratulations, your project is deployed. Continue to dashboard. So here is the domain of the project, and it works, is live, Kanban Vercel.app. And now I'll create this QR code with it. It wants to sign up. No. Oh yeah, here it is. Let me try. Yeah. Okay, obviously it's still not very mobile friendly. So we have to choose here. Do we want to make it more mobile friendly, or we want to make it with database and enable users to log in and the whole thing? You're adventurous. Okay, we have another 15 minutes, right? Awesome. So you want to upgrade from $100,000 project to a $500,000 project. I like that. There are many bugs. Now we have this bug. Okay, let's try to fix this bug with the interface because it's very ugly. And also I'm sure that there are errors. So let's refresh. Yeah, basically I see this scroll bar here. I can simply screenshot it and even ask cursor if it finds anything weird. Okay, it's live and works, but do you find anything wrong? Yeah, we don't have the database. Now we have just the UI. Oh yeah, you see, scrolling behavior. The horizontal scrolling seems to be cutting part of the rightmost column. So it detected this issue and it will try to fix it just from a screenshot. I didn't paste any error code on anything. And I even didn't prompt to fix it. It's already proposing the fix. Such a good developer. That's a senior one. So since we already have the whole project set up on GitHub and Vercel, the only thing we need to get the update live and also on your phones is to do git push, and Vercel will automatically detect the change and redeploy it. But it's generating some file. Do you need anything from me, buddy? Oh yeah, it's working. Okay. I'll stop this server because it makes the whole program slower. And we don't need localhost anymore since the app is online and it's in production. Great. Let's now commit and push. Okay, let's add all the files. That's something that people always forget to do. That's our commit message. And now it will be the push message. Now push the code. Okay, let's push it. Yeah, it's not sure that we're connected to GitHub, obviously. Come on, bro. Yeah, obviously it forgot where it is. Maybe the context window became too long. Luckily, I have some previous experience with pushing stuff to GitHub. Okay, so we've pushed, and you see it's saying building. So Vercel already detected this push, and in a second, if there are no errors, this thing should flash in green and say that we're ready to test again. Okay, perfect. Oh yeah, it's managed to remove the scroller from here, but it moved it to the bottom of the page, which actually makes sense. So Since we don't have lots of time to connect it to Supabase, something that we've already heard about, maybe we can try to make it with local storage. But on Vercel, or actually, yeah, let's go the Supabase way. Okay, so here I click on Control, Shift, and L to see my agent again. That's the magic combination. So let's now have user logins and only with email. Oh, no problem. Thank you. And database to store the tickets. So yeah, it suggests Supabase, and it says I will use Supabase for board authentication. For those who don't know, Supabase is an amazing, relatively new tool. Maybe it emerged a year ago. And by the way, what we do here wasn't possible just 3 or 4 months ago. Actually, Cursor AI started maybe in June, July last year, and the agent, like the LLM models, like ChatGTP, like Quote, and so on, were not that good in writing code as they became in just the last 2 months. So that's why many people at the beginning said that AI coding is a dream and it won't happen soon. But obviously now it's happening, and it works only also on big projects. So let's install this dependency, which is the Supabase connection. Meanwhile, I'll open the Supabase website. It's a competitor of Firebase, which is very popular Google product, Google Cloud product. And here you can have super quick, I'll create a new project called Kanban. I'll put my favorite password there. Okay, so now we have the new project, and it comes with its own SQL database. Here I can see all the tables. Currently I have nothing. I can do SQL queries here. And I also have something called edge functions. Here, basically, I can also deploy code. I can deploy code that works on the backend, like Node.js apps. Okay, so now Cursor generated all the files that make the connection to Supabase possible. I'll accept all the code, and it says you need to go to Supabase and create your first table. And I'll copy this code, simply go here, go to the SQL editor, paste this SQL query, run it, and it says success, and voila, we have our first table. Go back to Cursor. It also needs like the password, the API key of Supabase to connect there. This is easy as well. I just need to find the environmental file. Where is it? Oh yeah, thank you. So here I need to paste API docs. No. Yeah. Yeah, next time you can do it, by the way. The whole presentation is, it's not that easy. Okay, we put it like this. And the last thing is just to take this key and put it there. So now we can connect this app, which is hosted on completely different service and hosting, to our database on Supabase. Maybe we need to change the name of this thing to remove the example. Okay, and I did it. Let's deploy again. Now it will deploy it locally, but I don't want this. So I'll simply close it, start a new chat, and say, let's commit and push to GitHub. By the way, did you check after the last update how it works on your phones? Well, it's not that different, but I still can create empty cards, which is great. Yeah, now we should be able to update them. I just need to run these commands. So put the code in the hosting. So add all the new files, commit them, git push origin. Amazing. Okay, I need this. Okay, it's building, so it received the code. And in a second it will be live. And we see if we have login and an app that has database that can store data forever. Oh, we have an error. Let's see what is it, what it is.
Minutes, you have to fix all the errors.
Okay.
With accept all, as we have seen.
I hope this is the last one. The good thing is that I'm not fixing them. I'm just vibing here. Thank you. I see it. Okay. So let's. Actually, this file doesn't go to GitHub. Oh, I got it. Basically, when we deploy the project, we need to put the Supabase login into it, but I don't think we're going to have time for that.
Yeah, no, unfortunately not. But it's clear that where this this cursor is now is an amazing place, because months ago this was really indeed not possible. And now product managers who are a little bit tech savvy, because I don't think a completely a tech moron, or however we want to call the people who don't understand anything like I, can actually deal with this, even though it seemed in the beginning that you hit a lot of accept all, accept all, accept all. But if you're a little bit tech savvy, as a product manager, you can build some landing pages, some apps and everything, and very quickly test new functionalities of your product, something that was not possible before. And connect with N8N for the next stage.
Yeah, absolutely. And what we have here is just at the very beginning. So just imagine what will be in 6 months' time, in 1 year time. We'll be able to work on the most complex projects out there. And the greatest thing of this is that it writes any kind of code. Like I can say, translate this to assembly or to C, and it will translate the whole program to way more complicated code and still make it work.
Thank you so much for this demo.
Thank you.